Last time, last time we spoke about media queries, but now I want to talk about how to use Flexbox to do a little bit of responsiveness without needing to make use of media queries. Sometimes these are combined. I mean, like most of the time, media queries are actually things something you cannot really, um, depending on the layout of your page anyway. It's not something you can actually avoid totally, but there are some things you can make responsive using Flexbox. So it's good to know that that is actually an option that you can use to reduce the amount of media queries you need to write. So let's create a very simple basic structure. I'm going to create a container with three items. So this is a container div, and then I'm going to create another div that has a class of item, and I'm going to create three of them. Right. So that's all I'm going to do. So here I'm going to target the container, and then I'm going to make it a flex container, and then I'm going to what do I do next? Let me just make it. Let me wrap it because it has to be wrapped. Flex wrap, and let's just leave it like that for now. Now let's target our items, and then we'll give it a width of 40, 400. Yeah, let's give it 400 pixels. And then give a background color of teal. Yeah, of teal. Let's see. Okay, we haven't given it a height, so still height of still 400 pixels. So it's a perfect square. And okay, what did I name this? Okay, I named it item, not items. Okay, so let me take off the S. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I think the only thing I need to do here is I need this to be in the center. So I'll say justify content center, align items center. All right, okay, so give it a bit of gap. So maybe gap of 10 px something. Yeah, so this is fine. This is fine. Now, if I go to this is 1508. If I reduce, I don't know if you guys can see what's happening. So it's reducing on its own. But there is something I want to also talk about. It's called flex. So I don't want to make use of width. Um, sorry, I want to refresh this page. All right. So the wrap is why this is working is because of the wrap. So if I were to comment out the wrap, you know, and then let's see. So if I reduce, it won't fall off. It will still be like this. So adding wrap would fix that. But there is something you should use instead of width. You should use an item called flex. So if I were to say flex basis, okay, flex basis of 400 pixels, it will still give me the same thing more or less. Yeah, I just wanted to see all the whole different options. So there's no middle query. It's just that when it gets to this level, it breaks. Once it gets to this level, it's become one. So the amount of space that is required will be calculated, and then the right structure will be added. So once there's no space, more space for three, the third one will fall down. And once there's no space for two, the last it will now be 111. All right. So, but if you notice here, this guy did not stretch to the end because we're making use of flex basis. But had it been we use just flex, flex is there are three different kind of this structure. One is flex basis, then we have flex grow, then we have flex stretch. So once you use flex, flex is um like the shortcuts for all three of them. Yeah. So once you say flex 400, then it will now be 400 pixels. So one for flex grow, one for flex shrink, then the flex basis is 400 pixels. So it's just like a shortcut. So now if you check our site now, you see that it's now growing to fill whatever space is here. So ordinarily it's like this. You reduce. There is no more space at the top. So this third one comes down. But instead of just being the same size, it stretches to cover whatever space it has and all of that. So that's just something you should have in mind. Something you can play around with and see uh, what ways you can make use of it. You can also make research on Google or wherever and see the best way or the best situations where you may want to make use of something like this and avoid writing media queries. So I think that will be all for me. Um, if you have any questions, as usual, do well to ask your questions. I will do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching.